You walked out of the salon and something felt wrong. Not terrible. Just off. And you couldn't say why. That's not a coincidence. That's a haircut working against your face instead of for it. And it's adding years. Not 1 or 2, but 4 to 6 every single day in every mirror, in every photo. In this video, you're getting 3 haircuts that genuinely take years off. The kind where people stop you and ask what you did differently. And 3 cuts that are silently aging you right now, including the one I'll cover in part 3 that most women over 60 are still choosing without realizing what it's costing them. I researched the worst style and beauty mistakes and the best fixes for women over 50, so you get real results fast. If you haven't already, hit subscribe. I cover this every week. Part 1, the layered lob. The cut that lifts everything. There's a length that sits right in the sweet spot. Not too short, not too long. And most women over 60 walk right past it every single time they book an appointment. Here's the thing. Length alone isn't the issue. It's what happens, or what doesn't happen, within that length. And right now, there's a really good chance your current cut is working against your cheekbones, your jaw, and the natural lift your face still carries. This is the one a friend of mine heard about, and called her stylist the same afternoon. That's how quickly it clicked. The layered lob. Collarbone length to just below the jaw. With soft face framing layers that fall forward. Not blunt. Not uniform. Layered specifically, in a way that catches light along your cheekbones and draws the eye upward. Here's why this cut changes everything. As we get older, the face naturally loses volume at the temples and the upper cheeks. A blunt, heavy cut emphasizes that. It pulls downward. A layered lob does the opposite. The movement in the layers creates the illusion of lift, of fullness in the right places, and your features read younger in photographs and in real life. The fix your stylist needs to hear word for word. I want a lob hitting just below the collarbone with soft face framing layers. The layers should fall forward around the face and the ends should have a slight bend, not blunt cut. That language matters. Face framing and forward movement are the exact phrases that get you what you're picturing. Yes. That's specific. Because when you give vague instructions, just a trim, or clean it up a little, you get the same cut back. Your stylist isn't a mind reader. But when you walk in with that phrasing, you walk out with the result. Maintenance on this cut is straightforward. You'll want to trim every 8 to 10 weeks. Not to keep it shorter, but to keep the layers from losing their shape. Layers that grow out without a refresh flatten down. And you lose all the movement that made the cut work in the first place. One more thing worth knowing. This cut works on fine hair, thick hair, straight, wavy, and everything in between. The layering technique adapts. What stays the same is the lift it gives your face. That's the part that doesn't change regardless of your texture. Now, part 2 covers a cut that gets recommended constantly for women over 60. And it's almost always wrong. The reason why is something most stylists don't bother to explain. Part 2, the short pixie. Why it's aging the wrong women and the right version for you. Let's talk about the pixie cut. Because everyone recommends it. Every magazine, every stylist, every best haircuts after 60 list online. And they're not entirely wrong, but they're not entirely right either. And the difference is costing a lot of women. Have you ever walked out of a salon feeling like the cut made you look older? Harder somehow, when you thought it was going to do the opposite. That confusion is almost always this. Here's what nobody tells you about the pixie. There are 2 completely different versions, and they produce opposite results. The first version, the cropped close-cut pixie with very little length on the sides and back, exposes the full jawline and the neck. On a woman with a strong, defined jaw, this is extraordinary. It highlights exactly the right things. But on a jaw that has softened with age, this cut does the opposite of what you hoped. It maps every change in your lower face and adds years in a way that's genuinely hard to reverse with styling. This is the one I want you to write down. The second version, what's sometimes called a textured pixie or a soft pixie, keeps a little more length at the top and sides. Enough length to style forward, enough texture to create movement. It doesn't expose the jaw the same way. Instead, it creates a soft frame around the upper face. And that changes everything about how old or young you read at a glance. The distinction sounds small. It isn't. When you're at your appointment, say this. I want a soft pixie. I'd like to keep some length at the top for styling movement, and the sides should taper rather than cut close. I want the shape to frame the face, not expose the jaw. That's the sentence that gets you the right version. Maintaining a soft pixie well means coming in every 6 to 8 weeks. Closer than a lob, but the shape is worth protecting. The moment a soft pixie grows past its ideal shape without a refresh, it starts to look shapeless rather than intentional. That's the version that gets blamed for not suiting someone when really it just wasn't maintained. And here's something worth sitting with. Your bone structure didn't disappear. Your jaw didn't disappear. What changed is the framing, and framing is entirely fixable. What's coming in part 3 is the cut I see more often than any other on women over 60, and it's the one doing the most damage, silently, every single morning. Most women have no idea it's the problem. Part 3, the mushroom cut and the blunt bob. The two cuts that age you most. This is the one most women don't see coming. And I know that sounds like I'm being dramatic, but the number of times I've researched this and found the same pattern, the same cut, on women who couldn't figure out why they looked tired, it's impossible to ignore. Two cuts. Two mistakes. Different in shape, but identical in what they do to the mature face. And there's a real chance you're sitting with one of them right now. The first is the mushroom cut. You'll recognize it immediately. Rounded at the top, cut in a uniform dome shape, often quite short. It was popular decades ago and it has a way of cycling back in. Every few years it reappears as a low-maintenance classic. And it is low maintenance. That's exactly why it keeps coming back. But here's what it does to the mature face specifically. The rounded dome silhouette draws the eye to the widest point of the shape, which is the middle of the head. Not the cheekbones, not the eyes, not the areas you want emphasized. And the uniform length with no layers or movement creates a heavy, closed look around the face that makes features appear smaller and more recessed. In photographs, this cut consistently photographs older than the person actually is. Write this one down. The second cut is the blunt one-length bob cut at or above the jaw. Different shape, same problem. The blunt edge at the jaw creates a hard visual line that mirrors natural jaw softening. And instead of drawing the eye away from it, the cut draws directly toward it. Every single day. The bluntness also removes all movement and lift from the hair, so the overall effect is flat, static, and heavy, which reads as aged in a way that's hard to articulate but immediately visible. For the mushroom cut, the swap is a rounded cut that keeps similar ease but with layers open through the crown to create lift, and a slightly longer length at the sides that softens the dome shape into something more oval and facelifting. Tell your stylist, I want to keep the short length but open layers through the top and soften the silhouette. Less dome, more oval framing. For the blunt bob, the swap is to add face framing layers and let the ends bend rather than cut bluntly, or extend the length to collarbone, where the jawline is no longer the focal point of the shape. Say, I want soft layers through the ends and some face framing. I'm moving away from the blunt cut. Image, after. The same naturally beautiful woman aged 60 to 70 now wearing a softly layered short cut with visible lift at the crown, oval framing silhouette. The layers create movement and draw the eye upward to her cheekbones and eyes. Warm, natural, confident smile, eyes bright and alive, wearing a tailored blazer with all buttons fastened in warm taupe, sunlit home interior background with soft warm window light, photorealistic, warm flattering light, no text, no watermarks, no logos aspect. Ratio 16 to 9. I didn't expect part 3 to be the one people message me about most. But it always is. Part 4. The shag and the long straight curtain. What works and what doesn't after 60. Okay, we're in part 4 now, and I want to tell you something honestly before we get into this. You've already taken in more genuinely useful information about what your haircut is, or isn't doing for you than most women get in years of salon visits. That's not small. The awareness alone changes how you walk into every appointment from here on. But there are two more worth knowing about. One that most women dismiss too quickly, and one that sounds harmless but quietly adds years in a way that's surprisingly hard to see on yourself. The modern shag is the one that gets dismissed. And I understand why. When most women over 60 hear shag, they picture something young, a little edgy, a lot of volume they don't want to manage. But the version that genuinely works for the mature face is different from what you're picturing. Here's what the long straight curtain actually does to the mature face. And this is the one that surprises people most. When very long, straight, unstyled hair frames the face with no internal movement, no layers, no bend, it creates a visual tunnel effect. The face sits inside a long, flat frame, and the eye goes straight to the center, which means any change in your skin, your jawline, your under-eye area, all of that becomes the center of attention with nothing to distract from it. And because the hair is long and heavy, it physically pulls the face downward with gravity, 4 to 6 years minimum. This is the one most stylists are too polite to say. I'm not. The modern shag is the fix, but specifically the refined version. Lengths can stay shoulder to collarbone. The difference is internal layers throughout the mid-lengths, curtain bangs or face framing pieces at the front, and ends that bend or curl outward slightly. The overall shape has movement, has intentionality, and every time the hair moves, it draws the eye upward to your eyes and your cheekbones instead of pulling it down. Tell your stylist, I want to keep my length but add internal layers through the midsections, face framing pieces around the front, and I'd like the ends to have some movement rather than sitting flat, a soft modern shag effect. Maintenance here is every 10 to 12 weeks. The layers need refreshing to stay active, but you're not coming in as frequently as a pixie cut demands. And if your hair is fine, ask your stylist to use a razor on the ends rather than shears. It removes weight at the tips while keeping the length, which is exactly what fine hair needs to maintain movement without going flat by midday. This is the swap you probably weren't expecting to land on, but of everything in this video, the shag gets the most messages. Women try it and can't believe they waited this long. You just walked through 6 haircuts, 3 that genuinely lift and rejuvenate the mature face, and 3 that quietly work against it in ways most women spend years not recognizing. You know the layered lob, the soft pixie, the modern shag. You know what the mushroom cut, the blunt jaw-length bob, and the long flat curtain are actually doing. That's real knowledge. Walk into your next appointment with it. You didn't just watch a video. You changed how you'll look tomorrow morning. Tell me in the comments, which of these 6 were you already doing? And did any of the reasons surprise you? I read every single one. Next time, we're going into the one makeup mistake that adds more years than any haircut ever could. And almost nobody talks about it in terms of the actual face mechanics involved. Like this video, subscribe to Timeless Wisdom Path, and I'll see you in the next one.